Last night's Democratic Forum on CBS wasn't the final primary debate of this season, but it's likely the last one that will matter. Between tonight and the next debate, a total of 21 states, and that includes the biggest ones, California and Texas, will hold their primaries. By then, it will almost certainly be over. So you'd think the candidates would use the time to talk about things that voters care deeply about. And for a brief moment, one of them actually did that. In his first answer, Bernie Sanders brought up wages. He said they ought to rise faster, which is true. Now, how could wages possibly go up with the open borders Sanders is demanding? That's an unanswerable question. But at least he mentioned it, and that's exactly why he's the frontrunner. When you talk about things people care about, they respond. Michael Bloomberg is not the frontrunner. He'd like to be. When given his chance to speak, Bloomberg went right to the issue he believes voters care about most, the fact that Bernie Sanders is a secret Russian agent.
Vladimir Putin thinks that Donald Trump should be president of the United States, and that's why Russia is helping you get elected, so you'll lose to him.
So that's what Bloomberg's consultants told him to say. The lesson here is obvious. Go into political consulting. Even dumb people get rich. Yet at least one audience in America was powerfully moved by Bloomberg's attack, the other candidates. At the very mention of Vladimir Putin, the stage erupted. Suddenly, debate sounded like a radical book club from the 1970s. Old people yelling about the Cold War. Russia! 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 Pete Buttigieg, who is 38 but seems at least a century older, jumped in with his theory. What Trump and his paymaster Vladimir Putin actually want, explained the tiny robot from South Bend, is political chaos. Buttigieg seemed totally convinced that no one had ever said that before. By this point, the moderators at CBS just gave up. The chaos Putin is hoping for descended on the debate stage. Sanders decided it was a perfect opportunity to indulge his real passion, which is attacking America, a country he clearly hates. Here he is explaining that the American criminal justice system is actually more repressive than communist China's.
We have a criminal justice system today that is not only broken, it is racist, got more people in jail than any other country on earth, including China. And one of the reasons for that is a horrific war on drugs.
Oh, the war on drugs. Bernie Sanders talks about that in every speech he gives. A declining country with a sad, underemployed middle class obviously needs to smoke a ton more weed. That's Bernie's solution to the malaise. Fire up a bowl, numb out. Maybe you won't notice. So where's all this weed going to come from? Well, Bernie's got a plan for that, too. Black people are going to sell it to you. No kidding. Watch this.
And I'll tell you what else we're going to do. We're going to provide help to the African American, Latino, Native American community to start businesses to sell legal marijuana rather than let a few corporations control the legalized marijuana market.
That's a real clip, by the way. So first they fill black neighborhoods with abortion clinics. Now their frontrunner is encouraging more black kids to sell drugs. But somehow this is the party that loves black America. Doesn't sound like it. But whatever. Joe Biden soon changed the subject by making very loud noises. Biden has lost his ability to speak clearly, and that's got to be frustrating for anyone. In Biden's case, it's led to a series of rage eruptions. Watch.
You talk about what we're talking about with Bernie. Bernie, in fact, hasn't passed much of anything. The fact of the matter is, I get to answer that. Look, the fact is, here's the deal. I'm not out of time. You spoke over time, and I'm going to talk. Here's the deal. The fact of the matter is, look at what's happening here. Look at what's happening here.
The crowd roared because screaming always elicits roars from crowds. Our animal brains at work.